I just wanted to thank you for taking time to view ParIntelligence. ParIntelligence is an online platform that helps districts create parent universities that is a place for parents to become educated on important topics and documents. As far as topics go, these can be anything like hot button topics that you may see that parents constantly ask you about and want questions about. Now, this is a place you can go to create essentially online courses that will educate the parents on what's going on. What's also great about the system is a place where you can put important documents in the system that you need parents to sign quickly and through the e-signing process, okay? So parents always complain that they can't find documents, they get lost. Now this is a great place, number one, to cut your paper costs and give the parents the ability to log in, view the document, and e-sign the document, and you'll be able to track all that on your end. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is the admin dashboard, more specifically the super admin dashboard. And what you can do here is we're looking at latest news. This is just a place you can go to update parents about what's going on. I added here, early dismissal at 2:15 on Wednesday, July 1st, 2015. So again, we're trying to streamline all communications. Okay, parents get frustrated with one-way communication, and it's really hard for them to understand what's going on from the district side of it. We want to get parents involved in their child's education. We want higher parent engagement, and we feel like providing a platform that does a lot of this stuff and put it all into one area will give you that ability to work in a secured, controlled, open environment that allow parents to get a lot of their questions answered without having them call the school so many times. Again, what you're doing essentially is you're becoming more proactive in the situation, right? I hear from superintendents all the time is the only time they hear from parents is when they're mad. So again, it's most likely they're reacting off something, and by being proactive we'll hopefully curb a lot of that, but at the same time educating parents on what's going on, which will help them get more involved in their child's education and life in general, which will then, we know the greatest indicator of success for a child is how involved the parent is or a family member. So again, so if I wanted to create a topic, so let's look at hot button. I would click on the topics button. You can do it on the side panel also. And I would look at this part of it and I'd say, okay, I want to create topics that are going to be very important that you constantly hear about from parents. Like, well, they want to know about X, right? So what I want to do is that parents want to know about community awareness. They want to know about graduation requirements. They want to know about behavior. So what I would do right now is I would say, okay, I'm going to create a new topic, name, description, create. Okay, and now what this brings you is this box right here. Now the parent has the exact same view as this right here, except they don't have this and they don't have the delete. Okay. Now if you prefer to more a list view and spread them out a little more, you can do that also. And then we also have a language translator up here through Google that will allow to translate the page. So if you have different ethnicities, Spanish, Asian, whatever it may be in your district, and we know that's one of the great indicators why parents don't get involved is because they don't understand the information that's coming to them. Okay, so let's say we created a topic around behavior. Okay, we created a topic about behavior and we said, okay, now what you can do is a parent would click on this. You can click on this also to go to the next step. And this would bring you to modules. So you can create as many modules as you want in this specific, for each topic. Create as many modules as you want. So let's say we wanted to create one module about bullying, right? Bullying is a hot topic. It's constantly talked about. So we wanted to address this up front and become proactive. So what I would do is then hit create new module, name, description. So again, it would be bullying, and then you put a description about what bullying would be. And then you hit create module. Okay. Now this would bring you to right here. And now when we click on this, now the parent would see, okay, I'm interested in bullying. I want to know what's going on. I click on bullying. Now it's going to bring you to the objective page. Okay, this is really where you want to get parents to educated on that specific module. Okay, so this specific module, as you can see up here, the module is bullying. We want to get them very educated on what's going on. Okay, so what we do is say hit create new objective. Again, we want this to be very simple and easy to deploy for districts. Now what you have here is enter the objective name. You can add a Word document here if you'd like to. So if there's a supporting document that you want to add. And then this is just a rich text editor where you can type in text. You can add an image if you'd like to. You can add a table or a chart, smiley face, whatever it may be. But the most important part, I think, is the ability to embed video. Okay, so you just hit embed video. You take the YouTube embed code. You can right-click on a YouTube video, pull that embed code, drop it in here, hit OK. And now what you're doing is you're essentially educating. So you can do so. The way to create a video today is so simple to do. I mean, I'm creating this video. It's very easy to do. Now you could take these type of videos addressing certain problems and upload them to the system. Okay, so now we've created this objective. Okay, and the objective says warning signs that your child is being bullied. So now I want to know. I want to be educated on what are these warning signs that are out there. So now a parent would click on this part, and they're becoming educated. Remember, this is 24/7, 365, any point in the day. We know parents are very busy, and that's one of the main reasons why they're not as involved as they want to be. So this could be just like a video, right?
Hey there, I'm teen behavior expert Josh.
Just a video that was in there to maybe talk about warning signs that kids are being bullied and things of this nature. But the thing that's really what we wanted to do is say, okay, instead of us sending out a text message or sending out an email or sending out a newsletter, right, that we can't look at, we wanted to then provide a way for parents to ask questions, so like a threaded discussion for each objective, right? So now if a parent, I'm watching this video and I say, and I'm going in here and typing and things of that nature, I want to know what's going on, right? So I want to see what specifically is going on with this objective. So I'm asking a question. Thank you so much for this video. I have a question. What is your policies on bullying? I think my son's being bullied. What should I do about it? So again, by being proactive and putting this information out there, now parents are going to say, okay, I understand it, and I'm going to come back and ask questions. Now, what does this do? This saves from the countless phone calls that come your way, and hopefully now you have the ability to take a look at this and say, we can answer questions. But the good thing is also, is because it's community driven, you might have parents out there, the super parents, you know who those parents are, that can answer questions also. So it's just creating this community, this virtual community of users that are going to get to become educated on what's going on. So again, think about this as a parent university, a whole separate online school devoted to parents, right? So we all know that helicopter parents can be quite a pain in districts, but when you can get them in arm's length and say, okay, here's all the information you need to know about, in one area, in a controlled, secured environment, that to us is a very positive environment, okay? So now I'm just going to go back again to the topics area. So again, you can do anything you want, any hot button topic that you want to address, you can put right here, okay? You can put all here, and as you can see, you can edit at any point. You can see the number of users in there, okay? So that is the topic section. So now one of the things we wanted to do also was have the ability, we know that districts spend a lot of money on paper, and we also know it's very hard to get parents to sign things, okay? Because parents are busy. You may attach it to a kid's backpack, you may give it to them to take home in their folder, they lose it. Why did I get this? Now we want to make everything that you can sign and send information digitally, okay? So now what we wanted to do here is say attachment. So this is the attachments feature. So I click on attachments, and now what I can do is create an attachment, okay? I can view, and we'll look at this other one. So I want to create an attachment. So what I would do is, let's say we have a new technology plan that we want parents to sign off on, right? We want to see how many signatures we can get on that particular part. So we create a topic on technology plan 2015. Okay, we'd select that topic. Now the module is, implementation of this technology plan. Okay, you put the name of the document, the description, you upload the Word document, and you hit create. Now what this does is it's going to put it into the module of what that specific topic is, right? So now you're taking that attachment and you're putting it into that exact module, okay? So now as a parent, I'm becoming educated about what's going on. I'm saying, okay, I'm learning about this technology plan. Now I know what I'm signing, right? Now it's not just, here's a document, here's some text. People tend not to read text, they tend to skim through it. But you have that supporting document. Now you're educated. This is what we're doing. This is our plan. And now what you can do is say this. Okay, so let's just go back to topics real quick. Let's just go through this string real quick. As I'm a parent, I'm concerned about, I join this topic. And I click on behavior. And this brings me, and I'm interested in bullying. I click on bullying for this particular module. And now what I can see is the attachments are there for. So now I go through the objectives and I look at it. I see the different attachments and I say, okay, you watch the video on objectives, you ask the right questions, you're understanding. Now a part of that is say, hey, we need you to sign this attachment. Please sign this memo to pledge your promise that you'll talk to your child about bullying, whatever it may be, and really get your parents more engaged into what's going on. So now as a parent, I would see this and it says e-sign here. Okay, they're going to see this. Again, they have the exact same look of what they're going to see. And now what happens is I click on e-sign. And what this does, I can see that this document was signed. Okay, you can see the document name was signed on July 22nd, 2015 at 5:56 p.m. by Mark Johnson. So this parent signed it. Now again, this would give you a running list of all the parents that signed it. Okay, it wouldn't just be one parent. It would give you a running list. So it would just give you all the different names here. Okay. So now what you can do, I can look at this from my platform also. Okay. So let me just go back. So that's what a parent would do, and I'll show you a parent perspective also. But now if I wanted to track this, I'd click on attachments, and I'd go to view e-sign attachment. And now let's say I want to look and say, okay, what do I need to sign? Or what's been signed out there, right? So community awareness, is there anything under here? Let's search for sex offenders. Is there anything under there? Okay, we see sex offenders too. Please sign this form to let us review the sex. So you send out information about sex offenders. I want to see, we know which parent signed it, if any parent signed it. I click on e-sign. And this brings me to, yeah, this is this particular parent user. The name's not parent. It would actually say their name like I said last time. But you could see that sex offender 2015 was signed on this date at this time by this user. Okay, so now you're saying, okay, now I want a copy for my own records. You know, we want a paper copy. We just want one paper copy. Now we're not going to print out hundreds of copies of the same document signed by the parents. So now this is a digit. They're acknowledging it. You hit print, and just give it a second to pop up. Now you have the print format. Now you see here. You see how it says all this information here. This is the document that they looked at, and now you see that sex offender was signed on this date by this user, and here's their e-signature. Okay, so they're going to set up this e-signature when they go into their profile. Okay, so anytime they hit click e-sign, it's going to use their saved signature. Okay, but now you're going to have a running list of all the different people that actually sign this digitally and what time. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, all the way down, because as you see, you want to know what it was signed on and what date it was signed on and what time it was signed on. Okay. And let me just go back through here. I'm going to hit cancel real quick. And let me hit done. Okay, so again, now this is just a way to capture those signatures on important documents. You know how frustrating it is. Now we have the ability to do it quickly and easily. And at the same time, you're educating on why they should sign that specific document, right? You're educating them on that part. And that's an important issue, because I know I get documents sent home. I'm like, why am I signing this? What is this? Okay, and then I'm calling the school asking them, and now again, it's time wasted. Technology is a time saver, and when it comes to parents, we want to give them the best chance to become engaged as possible. Okay, so a few more things here. And users, I'll just click on users real quick and just give you a quick overview of what this is. But this is just a way to add a new user. So if you want to add another admin, you just click on standard, put all their information, hit submit, and as you can see right here, you can see all the different parent user, standard user. You can just see the different users, see if they're active. If this parent is being bad or whatever, you can block them from the system or delete them for whatever you want to do. But again, it's just a way again to add other administrators. So that's the great thing. So any administrator that you want to add to this can also create content. So it's not just one person in charge of it, or you're sharing accounts. Many different people can do it. Another thing that we added to the system is if you want parents to become involved and you truly want to make this a community, right? We want parents to be involved. We want to get them engaged. But sometimes parents have their own things they want to learn about, or own things they want to discuss, or their own groups they want to create. So think of this as a virtual community, a virtual parent community where they can create different discussion boards, okay? Now, admin, you can do this too, right? So if you wanted to add a community discussion about the scholarship communities, the best place to look at scholarships, or internship communities, the best places to go out to get internships and things of that nature. So admin and parents can both do this. So what happens here is I hit create new community, name, description, and then I hit create, and this is what it populates for you. Again, you can see what it is, the users itself, okay? And what happens here is now what I have is the ability, sorry about that, what I have the ability to now look at this. So now if I'm interested from a parent side, and I'll show you all this in a second here, I click on this part, and now the beauty part is if they create the I hate superintendent community, well, you have the ability to delete that. Okay, so now you can see in this community we'll discuss all scholarship opportunities for your child. So now you can go in here, and again, it's about bringing all the people in the community together in one area, right? If there's initiatives they want to talk about, it could be about fundraising, it could be about scholarships, internships, things that are happening in the community, events, whatever it may be. This can all be done in this area. Again, bringing everybody together in a way that they can't participate. So if I'm holding a forum at a school on a Wednesday night to discuss a community initiative, well, how many parents are really involved? They're busy, they got a lot going on, they can't be involved. Wouldn't it be great if they can come in here where they can actually discuss these opportunities at all times? Okay, so again, it's just a way to bring everybody into the system to have a sense of ownership of what's going on also. And finally, we're going to click on resources here. Now resources, I'm a big believer, and my team are a big believer, is that school websites are obviously very difficult to maintain, right? You got to rely on your IT director or somebody outside to update the content. The content gets very old and stale. We want to make everything that it's relevant and to the point for the parent at that exact moment. Relevancy, personalization when content is the most important thing you can do if you want parents to be involved, okay? So what I would do is I want to add a resource, right? So I'd select the resource name and I type in the resource name here, a short description of that resource, and then I want to tag it. It's so important to tag it because what happens is that's how parents are going to find these specific resources, okay? So I want to tag it. So resource type, so you can do a text where you can add text and things of that nature if you want to just type in, a quick little resource about something. You can add a link, so you can add the URL right here. And you can add you can add a file, whatever it may be. So again, this is a place, if you're going to have if we want to streamline everything in one area, like a true parent university, a true online university, we want them to be able to find resources that they need at any point in time. So what they would do is click on search resource. And this is what a parent would see. They wouldn't see the add resource, but they would see the search resource. And now they would do whatever they're interested in. As you can see the different tags here, right? So now I'm interested in all the resources about scholarships. So I type in scholarships, and I hit search. And now this populates anything under the tag scholarship. So again, it's keeping it relevant. So you can delete these at any time. Anybody can do it. You don't have to wait for the IT director. So if I'm the superintendent, I'm the parent engagement coordinator, whatever it may be, and I want to add a new resource, I don't have to call up my IT director and say, hey, I need you to add this new resource in here, or I need to do this. It's very quick and easy to do. It can be done in under 20 seconds to get it up there. Again, technology saves time. Okay? So that is that for the system. At this point in time, I'm going to log out real quick and just, I'm sorry, I forgot one very important thing. I am so sorry about that. Analytics. We are a big believer in analytics, and I can't believe I forgot to show you this, but we are a big believer in analytics. Analytics, if you buy a platform of any sort, right? So if you use Facebook, Twitter, some kind of mass notification system, email, newsletters, how do you measure that, right? So you can't really measure that. If you want to know how parents are actually engaging with material that you're putting out there, you have to have some kind of analytical platform. So we do it in 4 ways. Frequency, okay, duration, interaction, and communication. So now what happens here is with frequency, for example, you can see how long an admin was in there for, right? Or how long a parent was in there for. You can see how long they spent in the exact system. You can see the user adoption rate, visited users to total users, right? So if you have 1,000 parents and you're getting a current monthly adoption of 20 out of 1,000, we know that's not good. But now you're understanding those dynamics, right? And now you can see the top 25 users, your power parents, who's logging in the most active days during the week. You can see all that information, and the most active time during the week, right? So at any point, you can export the data out to an Excel sheet. So if I want to sit here and say, okay, I'm gonna export this data out, and I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna say, okay, I know these parents are involved. I know our user adoption rate. It's giving you all those back-end analytics about what's going on, right? So again, duration, interaction. How are they interacting with the system? Okay. Just click on this one real quick. And now you can see most downloaded, popular topics. So that's going to be very important. What are the popular topics out there, right? If community awareness is one of the most popular topics, because you can tell, how many times people have been clicking on it and things of that nature. Now you understand what's going on. And that's going to be very important because if I'm putting out content, are parents actually interacting with that specific content, right? And if they're not, well, it's a waste of time and I delete it and I get rid of it. But now you know what's important. You're not just continually sending out false information or outdated information. And then finally, communication. Okay, so this is just a way, number of posts per discussion, top 25 materials, active period, so you can see that the afternoon is the most active period, and then again, the top 100 users and the number of posts that they had within these specific topics, right? You can see it, like how many posts they had. Well, you see this guy, Mark Johnson, he's posted 1 time, or this parent user, they posted 21 times. So now you can really see how many posts they're doing and how they're really interacting with the system. So that's going to give you a great benchmark, not just saying, hey, we're going to send out a Facebook message today, or we're going to send out a tweet, or we're going to send out a newsletter or a text message or an email. We're not really understanding what they're clicking on and how they're interacting with the system. So again, analytics, I'm a big believer in analytics. It's something that you should always have and always be a part of because it gives you a better understanding. If I'm going to buy a platform, I want analytics attached to it because I want to know that parents are actually using the system that I bought also. But it's going to save you again. Technology saves you time, right? I'm not just hoping that if I send out this newsletter, parents are going to read it. Now I know if I'm sending out the same information in a newsletter in here, I know if parents are actually reading it. Okay? So let me log out of here real quick and just quickly show you what the parent looked like. Okay? So what I would do is so if a parent was, what they would do is they would create an account. Okay, you'd have your own separate subdomain, but they'd fill out all that information, and then they'd put an invitation code that we'd give you that would allow them to then activate it and connect to the system. Okay, and now when I want to log in, I click on login. I'm a parent. I put my parent username, which is your email, and then my password, and I hit login. Now I'm going into a parent account. Let's give that a second to upload. So again, I want you to think about this from the standpoint of how is this going to interact with my what hot button topics do I constantly hear about from parents? Okay, so as you see, you can see the latest news right here, but now you can also see what we see. Now the only difference is users was here for super admin, and now resources here. You can see the parent communities that I showed you. So again, we have a tour. Now this tour right here, I'm not going to click on it because it's going to have to take me through the whole tour, but this is like a virtual tour where it takes you on this tour of all the important areas in here. So they're going to learn. So it's going to save you time teaching them about a system, right? Or doing teaching and setting out. Now parents will guide, as soon as they log in, it takes them on a tour. And a part of that tour is where they have to enter their e-signature, okay? So right now, if I go to profile, for example, I can upload my profile picture or my e-signature, okay? So when this has already been saved in there, okay? So now what happens is there's a little thing here where you put your name in, Mark Bevosoto, and then, or you can write it in with your cursive, and then you hit save, and then it saves your signature like this. So this is why it says parent before that you saw on the previous examples, because it says parent user, okay? But that takes them on that specific journey. So let's go here. So they have all the same things over here like we said. Okay, so here's the topic section. As you can see, like I said, this is the way the parent would see it. Community awareness, graduation requirements, behavior. They don't have to join all of them if they don't want to. So if I'm not interested in graduation requirements, then I'm not joining it, okay? If I'm not interested in behavior, I'm not joining it. So I can join the ones that I'm interested in. I have control over it. And we're going to keep adding so many more personalized and adaptive things. So eventually what we want to do is get down to the individual personal level that parents are only seeing things that are relevant to them, whether it's district-wide initiatives or based on their grade level that their kids are in. So it's going to get very personalized, adaptive. It's going to send them notifications. It's going to keep reminding them about this information. And this is how you're going to engage parents more. Right? I'm always going to say technology saves you time. So again, I'm just going to show you a quick little string. Behavior, like we did before, as you can see, bullying. And the attachment should pop up at the bottom here. You see how the attachment is. And let me just click on this one. I've already e-signed it, but now I can see that I've already e-signed it. I can print it out for my own records. And then again, warning signs that my child are being bullied. I click on that. And again, it brings me to that video. And as you can see, discuss objective. I can see the different comments are on there. Thank you, and things of that nature. And attachments. Again, these are view submitted. You can submit different attachments if you'd like to. If we click on e-sign attachments, we can see it. So again, if I click on I join community awareness, sex offenders, hit search. Okay, I see that there's a sex offenders things to register. I hit e-sign, and I can see that I signed that already. I already signed that on this specific day. So again, it helps me keep myself understanding, like when I signed something, when I didn't sign something, I can print that for my records also. And then, like I said, community, like I talked about, from a parent side, I can sign this. I can join a community. I can join any community I want. I don't have to join them, uh, and I can create one. And then finally, resources, like I talked about. Search, so I see all the different resources. I can search any resource that I want by tag name, and it populates all that information. Okay. So again, I wanted to create a quick video for you that wouldn't be very long, that gives you an overview of what our system is. It's hard for me when I'm contacting you through email and things like this, and trying to get. I know you're so busy. That's the biggest thing. You're extremely busy. You don't have time to do this, but maybe you can. And I thank you for setting aside, the 25 minutes, however long this video may have been, to really get an overview of what our system is. Now you can absorb this, take it in, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me back at mark@parintelligence.com. Let me know if this is something you're interested in, and I'd be happy to expand the conversation further. Okay? So again, I wanted to thank you very much for this. If you have any questions, email me, and I hope you enjoy this. Again, our whole mission here is to create these parent universities to get more families and parents involved in their child's education. The greatest indicator of success is still when a parent is involved in their child's lives. We need more parents like that. We need to give them the technology to help them save time from everybody's angle. We want to save you time. We want to save parents time. When we save people time through technology, they become more involved. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.